CTV News at 5 with Tony Ryma and Rick Wyman with weather.
Good evening. So glad you decided to join us on this Wednesday, November 26th. Let's start in Timmins, where winter has arrived with a vengeance. It's the first winter storm of the season, forcing road closures and warnings from Environment Canada. CTV's Lydia Chubak has our top story.
The first winter storm this fall has Timmins and the surrounding region at its mercy. Environment Canada is predicting 30 to 60 centimeters of snow to fall between Wednesday and Friday. Ontario Provincial Police closed several highways Wednesday morning, including Highway 11 between Kapuskasing and Cochrane, Highway 655 between Driftwood and Kidd Creek Mine Road, and Highway 144 between Timmins and the Gogama area.
We're getting a high volume of snow in addition to high winds, and it's affecting a large area of our region in the Cochrane, Kapuskasing, Timmins, and now towards Hornpain and White River as well. It's creating very hazardous conditions on the highway.
Police advise people to avoid all non-essential travel.
Driving on a closed highway is an offense that will fetch a ticket and a fine, and the possibility that if you get in a collision while driving on a closed highway, that insurance might not cover that.
Officials say the best place for updates on highway conditions is the Ontario 511 website. Environment Canada also asks people to take note of the new weather alerts it's implementing as of today. Gerald Chang is a warning preparedness meteorologist and says the colors yellow, orange, and red indicate the weather's risk level. Chang says this method is recommended by the World Meteorological Organization and used by many other countries.
And for them, it's very effective in communicating risks to the population, risks from weather hazards, and that's why we are implementing it. It just so happens that we are right on time for this winter storm, and so we hope that the color-coded weather alerts will allow the public to understand better their risk from this winter storm.
Timmins and the Cochrane district currently falls under an orange warning. Environment Canada plans to release a seasonal forecast within the next few weeks, but says Timmins should expect more weather like this over the next 4 months, with maybe some mild temperatures in the middle. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
And to tell us more about the winter storm impacting parts of our broadcast region, let's bring in CTV's Rick Wyman. Rick.
Tony, it's not over yet as far as Timmins and surrounding areas are concerned. A lot more heavier snowfall this evening and, of course, tomorrow. It starts to wind down by tomorrow evening. Systems map courtesy of CAA. Get your membership today at caa.ca. What a mess hovering over the northeast as of, well, this hour in some locales. Some other areas are getting rain, so snow for tonight. Overnight throughout most of the northeast, and we'll have some details on that, 5-day numbers and a lot more. You want snow, Tony? You got it coming. Back to you.
Thanks for that, Rick. Anishinaabe police seized more than $100,000 in illicit drugs at a First Nations airport. There was a disturbance at the Attawapiskat Community Airport last week. Police located a woman trespassing and arrested her. She was found to be in possession of methamphetamine pills and crystal meth valued at $110,000. The 30-year-old woman now faces 2 trafficking charges. Timmins City Council has approved its water and wastewater budget for next year. The budget includes a 5.53% increase, which includes a 1% capital levy as per the city's 10-year financial plan. This represents an $82.61 increase for the average 5-room house. The capital levy funds will be used to support projects, including the 2-year Tisdale Reservoir replacement project. A motion at North Bay City Council last night for an independent third-party external review into the actions surrounding the mayor's expenses has been defeated. Moved by Councillor Tanya Vraybosch, this was about the process and how City Hall dealt with the matter. Other councillors, however, disagreed, preferring to leave this in the hands of the Integrity Commissioner. The motion was defeated 8-2, with some around the table saying they are ready to turn the page.
Who authorized what, who approved which expenses, who knew what and when. I question how continuing to revisit this will benefit the City of North Bay. The debt has been repaid, penalties been issued, and the Integrity Commissioner has completed his work.
I will tell the citizens of North Bay, this is literally the last thing that I can do along with Councillor Lowry to say that we've done all we can to get council to look at this in a serious light.
Mayor Peter Chirico has publicly said he would not resign. He added he will continue efforts to create economic development and getting new flights to come to the gateway city. Sudbury's Sophia Mather is among 7 young environmentalists from Ontario who have taken the province to court. They argue that the government's weakening of its climate targets violates Canadians' charter rights. CTV's Lindsay Alick has an update on the case.
Just days before a critical hearing on December 1st, the applicants are condemning the Ford government for forcing through legislative changes.
Disappointingly, although perhaps not surprisingly, the Ford government has yet again chosen to pull out all the stops to avoid accountability.
In the government's fall economic statement, it included amendments to repeal sections 3 to 5 of the Cap and Trade Cancellation Act, which aims to get rid of requirements of establishing emissions reduction targets, a climate change plan, and minister progress reports.
I'm here because the court has already found that Ontario's 2030 climate target was inadequate. Instead of fixing it, the Ford government tried to run away from its responsibility entirely by removing the law that requiring them to set targets at all. If the courts have said that this government needs to do more, we believe they should not be allowed to get away with doing less.
CTV News reached out to the Premier's office for comment and received a statement which says, in part, in the face of economic uncertainty, with President Trump taking direct aim at our economy, our government is taking a hard look at the unnecessary processes that have held us back and putting forward big and bold ideas to build an economy that is more competitive and resilient.
It's in line with their record for placing the economy above the very ecosystems that support life. So this new development has as well strengthened my resolve and made me grateful that we are taking action to hold the government accountable in court for their obligation and their responsibility to protect the lands and waters, and in turn the very people and generations that they're supposed to serve.
Thompson says since the December 1st hearing has been adjourned, both parties are working on next steps. He says his team will be proposing a schedule to get back before the courts as soon as possible. And he strongly believes that this latest attempt to have the case thrown out by the Ford government will not work. Lindsay Alick, CTV News, Sudbury.
Another delay in the sentencing hearing for a woman charged in the stabbing of a neighbor in the greater Sudbury community of Chelmsford a year ago. The aggravated assault case of 34-year-old Jessie Brave was back before a judge in Sudbury today to have sentencing submissions. She's charged in connection to the stabbing of a neighbor last November. The 31-year-old female victim was left paralyzed. Justice Mark Hornblower admitted to only getting the case earlier this week, adding he did not have all the files required to proceed. The case has been delayed twice since August, first for a mental health assessment and then for court administration issues. It could be January before the case is back before the judge. It's time now for a quick break. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Rick has your full weather forecast. Right now, though, let's take a live look at downtown Timmins. This webcam is courtesy of the city. It's slightly snowing and expect more of it. We'll be right back.
Ready to run with the pack? The Sudbury Wolves take on the Sarnia Sting Friday, December the 5th, and you could be in the stands. We're giving away a 4-pack of tickets to cheer on your favorite team. So, what are you waiting for? Enter now at CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca and get ready to howl. Well, I've got a couple of good friends up in South Porcupine this hour that have had quite a day and will be busy this evening and tomorrow shoveling. Ron and Ann Arsenault. Good luck with the snow. Certainly hope that blower is working because we've got more coming. Forecast radar as issued by Environment Canada. Take a look at that mess of snow, a heap of snow, Kapuskasing, Timmins, Chapleau, and of course Wawa and other areas in between as well. circulating with blowing snow. Of course, we can expect some squall activity closer to Sault Ste. Marie, and of course that will continue up until tomorrow. It should end. Then we get into some flurries. 5-day forecast numbers: Sudbury and Nickel Belt. Snow tomorrow, 2 to 4 centimeters, a few centimeters overnight, -3 your expected high. Chance of flurries on Friday, Saturday cloud cover, Sunday some flurries, and Monday some sun and cloud with a high of -8. Sault Ste. Marie Algoma squalls tomorrow, 5 to 10 centimeters, and more by tomorrow evening as well. -1 your high, -4 Friday, chance of flurries Saturday, chance of flurries at 60% Sunday, and chance of flurries on Monday as well. And your daytime highs are not all that bad for this time of the year. Timmins, Cochrane, Kapuskasing. Snow tomorrow, 10 centimeters, and more tomorrow evening. Chance of flurries on Friday, Saturday some cloud cover. Chance of flurries on Sunday and Monday, some sun and cloud, but turning colder by Saturday, continuing into Sunday and Monday. Temiskaming Shores, Kirkland Lake, snow tomorrow, 2 to 4 centimeters, a few more centimeters of snow tomorrow night. Chance of flurries Friday, Saturday some sun and clouds, some flurry activity on Sunday at -5 and -10. That's a brisk way to start off the week. Monday some sun and cloud and a daytime high of -10 with a low of -13. Let's have a look now at what's happening in North Bay, West Nipissing. Snow tomorrow and tomorrow evening, 2 to 4 centimeters during the day, -3 your high. Friday, chance of flurries, -4. Saturday, some sun and cloud, -5. Flurry activity Sunday, -3 and -8. Right across the northeast, it'll be colder at the start of next week. And again, some sun and cloud during the day. Tony, snow is coming. A lot of people wondering earlier this week, when is it coming? It's arriving here, right now. Where would you rather be? Back to you.
Yes, thanks so much for that, Rick. Guy Bourgoin, the MPP for Mushkegowuk James Bay, is introducing his second private member's bill regarding road safety. The proposed bill is Chad's Law. If passed, it would make passing on a double-lined road illegal in Ontario. According to Bourgoin, this form of highway passing is already illegal in every other province in Canada. Bourgoin also says that northern drivers are 4 times more likely to die in a car crash than southern Ontario drivers.
We need to have very clear rules of the road so that those drivers don't take those risks and that people are not put at risk of a head-on collision. It seems very obvious. Why do we not have the same standard across the whole country?
The industry is scared too. In 2024, Ontario Trucker Association survey of 600 drivers. The top concern about driving on Northern Ontario was unsafe passing by other vehicles. Chad Law proposed to clearly state that passing on a double-sided line is illegal. It establishes a $400 fine for the offense.
Bourgoin is calling on the 5 Conservative MPPs in Northern Ontario to assist in passing this private member's bill to prevent death, increase road safety, and reduce road closures. Today marked the official start of the Festive Reduce Impaired Driving Everywhere, or RIDE campaign in Sudbury. The message is clear. Officers will be out day and night in random locations throughout the city looking for people who get behind the wheel impaired. CTV's Alan Everson has more.
This officer is administering a mandatory alcohol screening device at this Festive RIDE check. The driver passes. The Festive RIDE campaign is now underway across the province.
In Sudbury, unfortunately, we have about on an average of 1 impaired driver arrested per day. That's kind of our average. That's daytime or nighttime. So you're going to see us out during the daytime. You're going to see us out at nighttime. We have increased patrols throughout the festive season. It's a little bit busier this time of year, so you're going to see us out there, so be prepared.
Kim Hancock was at the RIDE check, passing out bookmarks and red ribbons. Her teen son DJ was killed in a crash involving a drunk driver.
Don't change anybody's life forever. It's not worth it. You know, there's lots of options out there, and just remember DJ if you think about getting into your car and driving.
The police are telling drivers they have several choices when they choose to drink or use drugs. Safe Ride Home Sudbury starts this Friday. running through until New Year's Eve.
We'll drive you and your vehicle home by a team of volunteers, and you'll arrive home safely. It's a free service, but we do rely on donations.
The ride service to keep impaired drivers off the road needs volunteers right now. Greater Sudbury Police say the community should expect festive ride checks anytime, anywhere. Last holiday season, 3,243 drivers were checked. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
There were proclamations yesterday to mark the International Day Against Gender-Based Violence across the north, including in the city of Elliott Lake. Mayor Andrew Wanan raised the purple flag outside of City Hall on Tuesday. In his address, he urged all citizens to recognize the day by taking action. Volunteers needed. Coming up on CTV News at 5. The committee organizing the Christmas Day meal in North Bay is looking for a helping hand. The annual Christmas Day meal in North Bay is next month, and the committee that puts the meal together is looking for more volunteers. The Christmas Day lunch is celebrating its 20th anniversary this year. Volunteers prepare turkey meals for anyone homeless or lonely and in need of holiday cheer and a warm meal. Volunteers are needed on December 23rd to peel vegetables and to help on Christmas Day. The food is prepared at the Davidi Club, and the meal will be at the Pro Cathedral Church between 11:30 and 1.
It's the spark in their eyes with the music and the gifts and the food and the ambiance that's at the room. Like you can't not smile. It's happiness. It's pure happiness. And you know that you've given some people that don't get that very often in their life.
Last year, 450 sit-down lunches were provided and 500 takeout meals were also handed out. Kenjawin Teg on Manitoulin Island has officially opened its foundation to support learners with Anishinaabeg worldviews. The over 3-decade-old learning institution is also taking time to celebrate its accreditation for the Indigenous Studies programs, plus celebrating an Anishinaabeg place of learning.
The Waskana Foundation, the new charitable organization that will be supporting Kenjawin Teg, will help to enable them to fund programs that aren't currently funded to help our learners to incorporate or learn about our culture.
Kenjawin Teg, I don't think cannot be compared to any, mainstream university and college that we have around us, because their efforts come from that resiliency. Their efforts come from that care and compassion.
It's our time. We're ready to do this work. We just want more and more people to come on board and be part of our success. That's all really tonight is about, is celebrating that success and really believing that we can do it.
Officials say the learning institution is important for reconciliation and helps keep the language and culture strong. The top of the NOJHL standings are tight, and every point mattered last night as the Timmins Rock played host to the Espanola Paper Kings. It was the Rock, however, that would pull out the win. Timmins would get on the board early and carry that momentum for the full 60 minutes, beating the Paper Kings 6-2. Brant Romaniuk of the Timmins Rock tallied 2 points last night with a goal and an assist. He was also named to the Canada East Junior A World Challenge team yesterday. He will head to Trois-Rivières, Quebec next month as the only player from the NOJHL. The Timmins-born 18-year-old is tied for second place in league scoring with 21 goals. She's written books and memoirs on sensitive topics. When we return, our Northern Book Club. You're watching First at 5. Our Northern Book Club this week takes us to Place des Arts in downtown Sudbury, and Trina Orchard now joins us. Welcome.
It's great to be here.
So tell us about your background and your book.
My background, I'm an anthropologist, and for over 20 years I've done different kinds of research with marginalized communities about issues that relate to sexuality, gender, and the politics of health.
And what did you find out by writing all of these memoirs and books?
Many things. How long do we have? Well, mainly that, one of the things that we all are searching for is connection. And trauma is a big issue in a lot of people's lives. And we need to talk about it to be able to respond in a more empathetic and effective way.
Do you think that what your research has told you that it's more prevalent now, especially with intimate partner violence and the violent world that we live in right now?
I think trauma has always been with us, but we've done a lot of work to bring it out of the darkness and are talking about it in a lot more powerful way and in more spaces in society. But I think there are certain kinds of trauma and violence that definitely are on the rise, including a lot of stuff that happens online, which is one of my areas of expertise as well.
And what did you discover while researching, dating apps online?
Again, how much time do we have? Well, similar to what I said in response to the first question, people are looking to connect. And we don't do it all that well in person anymore, and so people tend to rely on the apps, but they don't always have the interpersonal skills that they need to form the meaningful relationships that they're actually seeking. Okay.
Trina Orchard, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure.
To see more of our Northern Book Club, head to our website, CTVNewsNorthernOntario.ca. Our first community close-up comes to us from North Bay. For the 5th consecutive year, the Compassionate Committee for the Homeless is helping to bring some warmth to those who are cold. 8 trunks were filled with hats, mitts, scarves, and thermal socks, thanks to the generosity of organizations. The group also received blankets and warm clothing. We're heading to Timmins. Marcelo Rue sent us this winter view of the McIntyre Mine headframe. Thanks so much for thinking of us, Marcel. To Manitoulin Island, and Penny Whiteley of Lake Kagawang sent us this video of a squirrel and a jack-o'-lantern. It's in the pumpkin, and then it's out with some goodies. Thanks so much for this, Penny. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, you can always email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6 o'clock. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.